Hey there, welcome back to Health 365 Day. Today's topic is one that nobody seems to be talking about, yet it's sitting right on the dinner plates of millions of seniors every single day. We're diving into the 4 worst seafoods you should never eat after 6:00, and the 4 best ones you should actually be eating daily. Some of these might surprise you. They're not on the headlines, they're not in the wellness ads, and that's exactly why most people are in the dark. You might be asking, why hasn't anyone warned me about these seafoods? Well, here's the truth. Seafood is a billion-dollar global industry, and the foods we're about to talk about, they're some of its biggest moneymakers. They're in buffets, restaurant menus, supermarket shelves, and even on so-called heart-healthy diet plans for seniors. Over 99% of people over 60 have no idea what these foods are doing to their bodies. Meanwhile, there's one type of seafood that could reverse joint pain, help rebuild collagen, and even soothe your gut, but it's buried from the spotlight. Why? Because it's not profitable. Simple as that. So today, we're cutting through the noise. We've dug into the peer-reviewed science, and everything we share is backed by actual researcher LL. Find the references linked in the video description. Now, before we jump in, where are you tuning in from today? Drop it in the comments. We read and reply to every single one of you. Alright, let's kick off with the first seafood you need to stop eating right now, especially if you've had high blood pressure, joint pain, or random energy crashes lately. Number 4. Squid. The sneaky cholesterol bomb squid might look harmless tender, rings, tossed into stir-fries, or fried up as calamari, but if you're over 60, it could be quietly setting your health on fire. At first glance, squid doesn't seem so bad. It's low in fat, high in protein. Sounds like a smart choice, right? Well, not so fast. Just 3 ounces of cooked squid contains nearly 200 milligrams of cholesterol. That's about 65% of your recommended daily limit in one tiny serving. Here's the kicker. Once you're over 60, your liver slows down, and that means it doesn't clear cholesterol from your blood the way it used to. Instead, it lingers, stacking up in your arteries. A 2021 study in the journal Nutrients found that seniors with high dietary cholesterol had 43% more arterial stiffness and a 31% higher risk of heart-related events. That's stiffness. It's one of the early signs your arteries are becoming brittle, which increases the risk of heart attacks and strokes. But that's just the beginning. Squid is also loaded with purine substances your body breaks down into uric acid. If you're over 60, your kidneys already have a harder time flushing uric acid out. When it builds up, it crystallizes in the joints, leading to sharp, painful inflammation known as gout. According to the Journal of Gerontology, seniors who ate purine-rich seafood like squid more than twice a week were 54% more likely to develop chronic joint inflammation over a 2-year period. So if you've been adding squid to your meals thinking it as a healthy seafood swap, it's time to think again. Especially if you're already dealing with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, early arthritis, gout, or joint pain. Squid might look light and clean on the plate, but once it's inside your system, it's like pouring gasoline on a fire you didn't even know was burning. Number 3. Imitation crab surimi. The seafood faker. Let's talk about imitation crab, also known as surimi. You've seen it in sushi, seafood salads, maybe even tossed into pasta. It looks like crab, it's shaped like crab, it even smells like crab, but it's not crab, not even close. Imitation crab is made from white fish scraps, usually pollock ground into a paste, then mixed with sugar, salt, starch, flavoring chemicals, and pressed into those familiar pink and white sticks. By the time it reaches your plate, it's more processed junk than real food. Here's why that matters. Imitation crab has a glycemic response almost identical to white bread. That means it causes a rapid spike in blood sugar, something seniors with pre-diabetes, type 2 diabetes, or insulin resistance absolutely don't need. In fact, a 2020 study in clinical nutrition found that older adults who consumed surimi products 3 times a week had 2.6 times higher insulin levels than those who avoided them. And it gets worse. A single serving of imitation crab can have over 700 milligrams of sodium before you add soy sauce or dressings. That's nearly half your daily sodium intake gone in just a few mouthfuls. High sodium is already a problem for aging arteries and kidneys. When you add in MSG, preservatives, and starches, you've got a food that not only spikes blood sugar, but also increases water retention, raises blood pressure, triggers headaches or dizziness, and taxes your kidneys over time. So yes, it's budget-friendly, convenient, and even kind of tasty. But for seniors, it's a metabolic landmine. Imitation crab doesn't give you the omega-3 south, minerals, or real protein you expect from seafood. It's basically a seafood-flavored sugar bomb, dressed up as something healthy. Number 2. Scallops, the silent kidney strainer. Now scallops. They're often seen as the cleanest or classiest seafood option. Fancy restaurants love to plate them up with a delicate sear and a drizzle of sauce. But don't be fooled. Behind that tender texture is a hidden toxin that seniors need to watch closely. Cadmium. Cadmium is a heavy metal, and scallops, especially wild ones, absorb it directly from their environment. It builds up in their tissues naturally over time, and that's the problem. Your kidneys are the primary organ responsible for filtering cadmium. But guess what happens after 60? Kidney function slows, which means the cadmium stays, building up silently and damaging your filtration system over time. In 2022, a study in toxicology reports tested scallops from multiple sources and found cadmium levels as high as 1.8 micrograms per gram. The World Health Organization says the safe weekly limit is about 7 micrograms per kilogram of body weight for an average senior. That means just a few scallops a week can put you close to or over the toxic threshold. Once cadmium accumulates, you don't feel it right away, but over months or years, it starts leading to protein leakage in urine, higher blood pressure, lower energy levels, and even reduced bone strength. And it's not just about the kidneys. Scallops are also very low in omega-3 fatty acids, which are essential for brain health, joint flexibility, and inflammation control. A 100-gram serving of scallops gives you less than 30 milligrams of EPA and DHA combined. For reference, oysters offer over 500 milligrams in the same serving. So the next time you see scallops on the menu, especially drenched in creamy sauce or fried in oil, remember, they might look harmless, but they could be doing long-term silent damage inside your body. Up next, the number 1 worst seafood for seniors. It's tiny, popular, and you probably have a bag of it in your freezer right now. But science now confirms it could be spiking your cholesterol and making arthritis worse. Number 1. Shrimp. The tiny trigger for big health problems. Let's talk about shrimp. It's one of the most popular seafoods in the world, especially for seniors. It's small, easy to cook, high in protein, and often seen as a lighter choice compared to fried fish or fatty meats. But here's the shocking truth. Shrimp might be the single worst seafood you can eat over the age of 60. Why? Let's start with cholesterol. Just 3 ounces of shrimp, about a small handful, contains around 180 milligrams of cholesterol. That's already more than half of what a senior should consume in a whole day. A major study published in Circulation followed over 8,700 adults over 60 and found that those who consumed more than 300 milligrams of dietary cholesterol per day had 35% higher risk of stroke, 24% higher risk of coronary heart disease. That's a serious risk, especially for seniors already managing high blood pressure or heart concerns. But cholesterol is only the beginning of the story. Shrimp also contains a protein called tropomyosin, which is notoriously difficult to digest and one of the top food allergens in the world. Here's what most people don't realize. Even if you've never had a seafood allergy before, your immune system changes as you age. After 60, it becomes more sensitive and reactive. This is why new food allergies often develop later in life. In fact, a study from the Journal of Allergy and Clinical Immunology found that nearly 14% of shellfish allergies in seniors were diagnosed after age 65 with no previous symptoms at all. These reactions can range from mild digestive upset, skin rashes, chronic inflammation, or in rare cases, full-blown anaphylaxis. Even if you're not allergic, shrimp can still inflame the gut in subtle ways, worsening IBS, constipation, or even contributing to leaky gut syndrome. And then there's the shellius. Even if it's removed, shrimp shells contain something called chitin. It's a type of fiber the human body can't digest. While it's harmless in small doses for most people, in older adults with slower digestion, even tiny leftover fragments can cause bloating, gas, abdominal discomfort, inflammation in the intestines. But here's what might be the biggest hidden danger of all. Farmed shrimp. Most of the shrimp sold today, especially the ones in frozen bags at the grocery store, are farm-raised, often imported from countries with very little regulation. A 2022 study in the journal Food Control tested frozen shrimp samples from Southeast Asia and found antibiotic residues in over 42% of them. These include banned substances like oxytetracycline and enrofloxacin, which can disrupt your gut microbiome, lead to antibiotic resistance, harm your metabolism, and even weaken your immune system over time. So if you've been eating shrimp thinking it's a low-fat, protein-rich option, it's time to rethink that. It may be tiny, but it's packing a punch: high cholesterol, gut irritation, toxic residues, and allergenic proteins, all wrapped in one little shell. Shrimp might be delicious, but for seniors, it's more risk than reward. Now that we've covered the 4 worst seafoods, it's time to switch gears and talk about the best ones, the kinds of marine foods that guarantee just taste good, but actively help your body fight aging. These are the powerhouse seafoods that support your joints, improve skin elasticity, boost immunity, and keep your heart and brain functioning at their best. Let's start with one of the most underrated marine animals on the planet. Number 4. Sea cucumber. Nature's joint healer. If you've never heard of sea cucumber, don't worry, you're not alone. It's not exactly a menu staple in most Western kitchens, but in traditional medicine and now modern science, it's becoming known as a superfood for aging bodies. Sea cucumber isn't a vegetable, it's a marine animal. It looks a little odd, but what's inside is pure gold for your joints, skin, and gut. Here's what makes it so powerful. High in collagen-like proteins packed with chondroitin sulfate, found in many joint supplements. Contains anti-inflammatory compounds known as tritopene glycosides. A study published in the International Journal of Molecular Sciences showed that seniors who consumed sea cucumber extract daily saw a 35% reduction in joint pain, improved flexibility in just 12 weeks. These nutrients protect cartilage, ease stiffness, and support skin repair from the inside out. Unlike over-the-counter pain relievers, sea cucumber works with your body and doesn't harm your stomach lining or liver. To prepare it, sea cucumber is usually rehydrated, then simmered gently in broth or with herbs. It has a unique texture, slightly gelatinous, and that's actually a sign of its collagen richness. If you want to protect your knees, support smoother skin, or reduce inflammation without relying on pills, try adding sea cucumber to soups once or twice a week. It's not trendy, but the benefits are real. Number 3. Green-lipped mussels. The inflammation fighter. These may be small, but they pack a serious nutritional punch. Green-lipped mussels, native to New Zealand, are one of the only foods in the world that contain ETAI, unique omega-3 fatty acid, not found in regular fish oil. Why is that important? Because ETA helps block the enzyme 5-lipoxygenase, which is responsible for triggering joint inflammation. That makes green-lipped mussels uniquely powerful for reducing swelling, improving mobility, easing stiffness in hips and knees. In a 2020 study in Nutrients, seniors who took green-lipped mussel extract daily for 3 months reported 42% less joint discomfort, 35% better physical function. But it's not just about the joints. These mussels are also loaded with zinc, vital for immune function and wound healing. Selenium protects the thyroid and reduces oxidative stress. Iron and iodine help combat fatigue and support metabolism. To prepare them, steam with garlic, parsley, and lemon. Avoid frying or overcooking. Gentle steaming preserves the delicate anti-inflammatory compounds. The taste, slightly sweet, slightly earthy, and very satisfying. If you want something delicious that helps you move better, green-lipped mussels are worth adding to your diet at least once a week. We've got 2 more seafood superstars coming up. One of them is nature's multivitamin, and the other is a plant that might be more powerful than any supplement you've ever taken. Want to find out what they are? Number 2. Oysters. Nature's multivitamin in a shell. Let's talk about oysters, because when it comes to healing and energizing foods for people over 60, oysters are in a league of their own. They're not just a seafood delicacy. They're nutritional powerhouses, loaded with essential minerals that many seniors are missing. Here's the big one: zinc. Just 2 medium oysters can give you more than 100% of your daily zinc requirement. And for older adults, that's a game changer. Zinc is essential for immune strength, wound healing, brain clarity, testosterone and hormone balance, skin health, and nail strength. But here's the problem. As we age, our bodies absorb less zinc and many seniors are unknowingly deficient. One study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that 40% of adults over 60 are zinc deficient without realizing it. That leads to more frequent infections, slower healing from cuts and bruises, poor appetite, and even loss of taste or smell. But oysters don't stop at zinc. They're also one of the richest natural sources of vitamin B12, which plays a crucial role in nerve health and energy production. A 2021 study from the Journal of Nutrition and Healthy Aging found that seniors with low B12 were 73% more likely to experience cognitive decline. And get this, just 3 ounces of oysters can deliver more B12 than a full steak. Still not convinced? Oysters also provide selenium, supports your thyroid and protects your cells. Copper, essential for bone strength and collagen formation. That last one is huge. Copper is often overlooked, but it's a key player in bone health. A European study tracking seniors over 5 years found that those with higher dietary copper intake had 18% fewer fractures. So if you're dealing with brittle nails, thinning hair, joint stiffness, low energy, or slow recovery from illness, oysters might be the missing link. They're not just tasty, they're functional food, supporting multiple systems at once. Just remember, stick with fresh or steamed oysters, not deep-fried or overly salted versions. Number 1. Sea moss, the ultimate senior soup. This is it, the number 1 seafood, or, technically, marine food that beats them all when it comes to supporting your body over 60. Sea moss, also known as Irish moss. It's not a fish, it's not shellfish, it's a marine plant, and it might be the most complete natural remedy for aging that you've never tried. Sea moss contains over 90 trace minerals. That's almost every mineral your body needs to function properly, including magnesium, potassium, iodine, sulfur, selenium, iron. What makes sea moss so special for seniors is how bioavailable these nutrients are. That means your body can actually absorb and use them, unlike many synthetic supplements that just pass through your system. But here's where it gets really exciting. Sea moss is one of the richest plant sources of collagen precursors. It doesn't contain collagen itself, but it's full of vitamin C, proline, an amino acid, sulfur compounds. These are the exact nutrients your body uses to build collagen, the protein that keeps your skin firm, joints flexible, and gut lining strong. After 60, your collagen production plummets. That's why you start to notice wrinkling skin, stiff joints, slower wound healing, digestive issues. A 2022 study published in Marine Drugs found that seniors who consumed sea moss daily for 8 weeks experienced 37% improvement in joint mobility, 29% reduction in dry skin symptoms, and those are without any supplements or medications. The gut health bonus: sea moss also works wonders for your digestive system. It's rich in something called mucilaginsoft, gel-like soluble fiber that coats and soothes your gut lining. That means it helps heal leaky gut, soothe inflammation, feed the good bacteria in your microbiome, improve nutrient absorption. If you've been struggling with bloating, acid reflux, constipation, food sensitivities, sea moss might be the missing piece. In a 2021 clinical trial, seniors who added sea moss gel to their diet reported a 50% improvement in regularity and digestion in just 1 month. What else can sea moss do? Sea moss isn't just for joints and digestion. It also supports your thyroid, thanks to its natural iodine, balances sodium and potassium, supporting heart health, boosts skin elasticity and hydration, enhances lung health. Many people report easier breathing within 2 weeks of starting. It strengthens immunity. Its antiviral and anti-inflammatory compounds protect against illness year-round. And the best part, it's gentle, it's natural, it's plant-based, and it works with your body, not against it. How to use sea moss. If you're new to sea moss, here's how to get started. 1. Buy raw or dried sea moss. Look for golden or purple varieties. 2. Rinse thoroughly to remove sand and sea particles. 3. Soak it in water for 12 to 24 hours. Don't boil it. 4. Once expanded, blend it into a gel and store in a jar. 5. Take 1 to 2 tablespoons daily, add it to smoothies, teas, soups, or eat it straight. It has a mild oceanic taste, but you can mask it easily with fruits, honey, or cinnamon in a smoothie. It's one of the most healing, complete, and well-tolerated marine foods for people over 60. If you were only going to try one thing from this list, make it sea moss. Final thoughts. Your seafood choices matter more than ever, so let's recap. The 4 worst seafoods to avoid if you're over 60 are 1. Shrimp, high cholesterol, hard to digest proteins, and hidden antibiotics. 2. Scallops, cadmium accumulation, and almost no omega-3s. South. 3. Imitation crab surimi, processed sugars, starches, and sodium bombs for squid, triggers gout, raises cholesterol, and inflames joints. And the 4 best seafoods to include regularly are 1. Sea moss, collagen builder, gut soother, immune booster. 2. Oysters, nature's multivitamin for energy, healing, and hormone support. 3. Green-lipped mussels, joint savers packed with rare omega-3. South. 4. Sea cucumber, anti-inflammatory support for flexibility and skin health. These aren't just tasty foods, they're tools your body can use to fight aging from the inside out. If you're over 60, every bite counts, and what you think is healthy could be secretly working against you. So here's what we want to know. Which seafood shocked you the most today? Have you ever tried sea moss? What was your experience like? Drop your answers in the comments below. We reply to everyone. And if this video helped you, give it a like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another science-backed health tip here on Health 365 Day. We've got more deep dives coming, more real food solutions, more senior-specific strategies, and more truth that the headlines never talk about. Thanks for watching. Stay healthy, stay curious. We'll see you in the next one.